There are several reasons why many airlines are going bankrupt. Own high operating costs. Operating an airline is an expensive business. Airlines must pay for fuel, aircraft maintenance, airport fees, salaries, and other operational expenses. These costs can be prohibitive, especially when airlines are facing intense competition and or economic downturns. 2. Low profit margins. The airline industry is highly competitive, and profit margins are notoriously low. Airlines often rely on high passenger volumes to offset their costs and make a profit. However, when demand for air travel falls, during a pandemic, airlines may struggle to generate enough revenue to cover their costs. 3. Unforeseen events. Events such as pandemics, natural disasters, and terrorist attacks can have a significant impact on the airline industry. These events can lead to a drop in demand for air travel and can force airlines to cancel flights, resulting in lost revenue. 4. High debt levels. Many airlines have high levels of debt, which can make it difficult for them to weather economic downturns or unforeseen events. 5. Poor management. Poor management decisions, such as expanding too quickly or failing to adapt to changing market conditions, can also contribute to an airline's financial difficulties. Unprofitable airlines continue to fly. The decision for unprofitable airlines to continue flying can be influenced by several factors, such as government subsidies, market competition, and the strategic goals of the airline. In some cases, governments may provide subsidies or other forms of financial support to unprofitable airlines to keep them afloat. This can be done for various reasons, including maintaining air service to remote or economically disadvantaged regions, preserving jobs in the aviation industry, or supporting national carriers. Market competition can also play a role. In some markets, there may be limited competition, which can allow unprofitable airlines to continue operating without fear of losing market share. Additionally, some airlines may choose to continue flying unprofitable routes in order to maintain a presence in certain markets or to prevent competitors from entering. High fixed and variable costs. High fixed and variable costs can definitely be a contributing factor to the bankruptcy of airlines. The airline industry is known for having high fixed costs, such as aircraft leases, airport fees, and maintenance costs. Additionally, fuel costs are a significant variable cost for airlines, which can fluctuate greatly based on global oil prices. When airlines are unable to generate sufficient revenue to cover these high costs, they may find themselves in financial distress. This can be especially challenging in a competitive market, where airlines are constantly trying to undercut each other on price. If an airline is unable to keep its costs under control while also offering competitive prices, it may struggle to attract customers and generate revenue. Fuel costs and bankruptcies. The cost of fuel is a significant expense for airlines, and it can have a major impact on their financial performance. In some cases, the cost of fuel can be a contributing factor to an airline's bankruptcy. Fuel costs are affected by a variety of factors, including the global supply and demand for oil, geopolitical events, and natural disasters. Airlines typically purchase fuel in advance, often at a fixed price, to mitigate the impact of price fluctuations. However, if fuel prices rise significantly, airlines may be forced to pay more for fuel than they budgeted for, which can result in significant financial losses. In some cases, airlines may attempt to offset the cost of fuel by raising ticket prices or implementing fuel surcharges. However, these measures can be unpopular with passengers and may not be enough to offset the full cost of fuel. Exogenous events can suddenly affect demand. Yes, exogenous events can suddenly affect demand for goods and services. Exogenous events are external factors that are beyond the control of businesses, such as natural disasters, political unrest, changes in consumer preferences, and economic downturns. These events can cause sudden shifts in demand for goods and services, which can have a significant impact on businesses. Reputation for hassles and poor service. Airlines that have declared bankruptcy or undergone major financial difficulties often face reputational challenges related to hassles and poor service. These challenges can arise from a range of factors, including staff cuts, reduced schedules, and financial constraints that limit the airline's ability to invest in maintenance, training, and other critical areas. Customers may experience longer wait times, flight cancellations or delays, lost baggage, and other issues that can lead to frustration and dissatisfaction. These negative experiences can quickly spread through social media and other online forums, damaging the airline's reputation and making it more difficult to attract and retain customers. To mitigate the risk of negative reputation, airlines undergoing bankruptcy or financial difficulties may need to take steps such as offering compensation for disrupted flights, providing regular updates on schedule changes and delays, and improving customer service. It's also important for airlines to communicate openly and honestly with customers about the challenges they are facing and what steps they are taking to address them. Bankruptcy in the airline industry can occur due to a variety of factors, including high operating costs, economic downturns, and increased competition. When an airline files for bankruptcy, it typically goes through a restructuring process that can involve renegotiating contracts, reducing costs, and cutting jobs. Ultimately, the goal of bankruptcy is to help the airline emerge as a leaner, more efficient operation that is better equipped to compete in the industry. However, bankruptcy can also have negative consequences for employees, creditors, and passengers, and it is generally considered to be a last resort. Ultimately, the decision to file for bankruptcy should be carefully considered and based on a thorough analysis of the airline's financial situation and prospects for the future. It's important to keep in mind that big airlines rarely file for bankruptcy.